This is round 1 of a vintage league playing Paradoxical Storm. We got a hand with Mox Opal, but only 2 different artifacts. A Dig Through Time that we won't be able to cast till later. Appeal and Snap that... Was there a Snap in his list, or did I accidentally forget to get rid of a Snapcaster Mage? Did I mess up? No, he has Snapcaster. Alright, well, that's good. Typically, I always keep hands with Black Lotus, but this hand doesn't actually do anything. I don't really think this is actually a keep. But, I don't know, so I'm going to try it. We do need to draw into some action, but one other artifact puts us on a lot of mana and puts us pretty close to casting Dig Through Time. It appears our opponent is on the Force of Willing Dredge deck. 1 force, 1 misstep already gone. Down to 5 cards, and he's got a Bazaar. So this is not exactly the kind of hand I like to see versus Dredge. I kind of need to kill them before they start ripping apart my deck or my hand with Cabal Therapies. But we're gonna have to see if we can't draw into some sweetness. That's that's the opposite of sweetness. All right. I guess I should play it Black Lotus. I mean, his first name is going to be Force of Will, and then his second name would probably be Mox Opal after seeing our hand. I would think, but I'm not 100% sure. So we have nothing really in his yard besides a bunch of dredgers. That's an LED. There's a Cabal Therapy and a Dredge Return, but he doesn't have... Oh. So now he's got blue for the Fate Stitcher. So we're probably dead. We're going to check out his next Bazaar, but if he casts Cabal Therapy on us, I believe we're going to concede to just try to hide what we're doing a little bit. Well, he didn't hit any Narcomoeba. So we're not dead. There's 0 Narcomoeba. There's 2 Narcomoeba in his exile from... Well, he does have a land, so that's 3 Bloodghast. And he's got 1, 2 therapies, and 1 bridge. But 1 bridge and 3 ghasts is enough. It's not lethal, but he is going to get... Let's think about this. It's not lethal. First he names... Do we want to concede to this? I don't really think so. I'm gonna let this go. We're gonna try to get another draw step here. This one names Force. He hits nothing. The second one probably takes Mox Opals or Lotus. I guess if it takes Lotus, I can't really do anything. Wait, did he not get a zombie for that? This is not a token, right? Oh, does Unearth exile when you sack it? Is that how that works? That's probably how that works. I don't really know the text on Earth, but... So now he's gonna flashback his other Cabal and take either, probably Lotus. He's going to have 3 dudes, so he could Dredge Return, but there's not really anything to Dredge Return. He can Dredge Return his Flamekin, get 2 zombies, hit us for 9. But I feel like if he just waits one turn, then he would be able to do it. He would just be able to do it for lethal on the next turn. We lost our Lotus. We're pretty dead. I think it's kind of worthwhile to just repeal this zombie here. Yeah. Looks like that is how Unearth reads. But we really need some action. That's not exactly what we're looking for. Also really isn't what we're looking for. Desire is, but we don't have the mana to do anything with Desire. Oh man. That it's not really gonna help us, unfortunately. So he dredges. I mean, I assume we die off this. There's a second bridge. Only one Narcomoeba. 2 blood gas though. He should just dredge back his bazaar or his. He should dredge back his land that lets him bring back his blood gas, and then it's lethal. Is that what he did? That is what he did. So he gets 2 blood gas. He sacks them. He sacks 2 Narcomoebas and a blood gas that gets him 6 dudes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just lethal, but I'll just let him do it. I don't really know Dredge too well. Yeah, I guess he has the therapy for an extra one. It was probably, actually, let me concede. I don't really want to show him that I have Time Twister. So I'm gonna board out Hercules because I don't really actually think you really want it for Hollowed One. We don't kind of want Flusterstorms, but I kind of actually want Flusterstorm. It's a little weird. We already are down a land. Typically, I'd like to board out a land here, but we're already down one. There might be too many Flusterstorms. I don't know how many Hercules we're allowed to board out, because don't we use it to like combo off with our tendrils? I don't really know how this deck works, to be perfectly honest. Like, I feel like we don't need a 4th Mox Opal, but I'm not really sure. It's probably wrong to cut all of the Hercules. Like, if I cut all the Hercules and all the repeals, doesn't that, like, hinder our combo-y power? I don't know. If we try this. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert. I need P9 in chat. I mean, it's nice. You feel like you want these repeals and these recalls when they're doing double duty, when they're actually good against the opponent and good for you. It was pretty clear, I think, that the hand we kept was just not going to be good enough against anyone who wasn't like a Jeskai. I wonder if we were supposed to ward out some forces, but he's playing a Force of Will deck too. I don't think I want that. It's gonna be pretty unfortunate if he has Mental Misstep for this hand. Might actually have to just counter Mental Misstep. I don't know. We're very clearly just gonna brainstorm and lock ourselves out. So I don't think we've had the most powerful hands, and we keep drawing this Dig Through Time, which I think is it's not ideal. Man kept 7 with Bizarre. Powerful Wizard. I don't have high hopes for this round. Maybe we'll figure it out as we move along. Nature's Claim, huh? Did have a Dredger, so what can we find? Crypt is not a bad one. Still think I want to brainstorm lock myself. Oh, I certainly brainstorm locked myself. Oh god, we're so dead. This island was in our hand, right? We didn't fetch this island. We certainly weren't winning by not brainstorming. Certainly feels like we're not winning now. Alright, well, we have to get through 2 turns to get anything happening. We're not really close to Dig Through Timing. Even if we cast Force of Will, we still need another card to dig through time. So that's not really helping either. He's not gonna Dredge, he's just gonna Nature's Claim this Grudge. That's kind of unfortunate. Or Nature's Claim this Crypt. Well, we got his best Dredger, but I guess I could have forced that. I probably should have just forced that. Our Crypt was the thing that was keeping us alive. It was definitely right to... I don't actually know what a better card to cast Force of Will on was than that one right there. Yikes. I wasn't even thinking about that. That makes, like, just the most sense. I think I'm supposed to play it out. Like, I'm supposed to play it out. He's got a troll and a Baghdad, but a Bizarre. But I think I'm just supposed to try to protect it, seeing as it's my safety gap here, but... Because he has 2 more Dredgers, huh? I guess that really means we're probably just dead. That's a pretty big mistake. Well, it's definitely a round losing mistake. We get 1 Narcomoeba, 1 Therapy, and a bunch of garbage, and a Fate Stitcher, so he's going again. I can't counter Unearth, right? That's an ability. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Actually, so if... life-saving thing here is if he Cabal therapies our Force of Wills, which is unlikely because I think he's going to Cabal therapy for Paradoxical outcome. But if he Cabal therapies our Force of Wills, we then can cast Dig Through Time. Probably too late, but that is a thing that can happen here, which is kind of sweet. I think he's supposed to name Pio, but I would have PO'd too. So it doesn't. None of the cards he should name, like Force of Will and Pio, make sense because I would have already used them if I was a smart, reasonable Magic player. But he does name Force of Will, and we let him take our 2 Force of Will, and now we can cast Dig Through Time. So it's on, baby. The game is not over yet. It's called the next level play. Is what it really is. Ancestral instead. I guess that is the same thing as Fate Stitchering a Bizarre. Kind of. I guess it's better for him. Well, we need to counter this, so... I mean, it's going to be very hard for us to hit of force of will, but we could hit it. Alright, we drew... Huh. So... we're not really in a great position to Twister. It's possible I might have been able to wait on this dig through time. I'm not really sure though. I think I'm just gonna take Twister Emerald. Unless I want to cast this Night's Whisper instead. In which case I should maybe take Lotus Petal. I guess it doesn't really change unless I'm casting P.O. But I'm trying, like, my whole goal next turn is to try to make myself put myself in a position where I can cast P.O. So I think we're just gonna take Twister Emerald. My goal is hopefully not die one, which seems unlikely. It's possible he just wasn't supposed to dig right then and there. Did he not dredge a bunch with this Ancestral? He just drew cards? I guess he was trying to hit a land. So is he just going to take my Night's Whisper here? I assume he just takes Night Whisper. That's the only card he knows is my hand. He might go for P.O. because P.O. is the thing that kills him. I think that makes a lot more sense, actually. He chose Night's Whisper. That's interesting. I think I would have named P.O. there. I'm glad I didn't make any decisions based on having a Night's Whisper in my hand next turn. I think we're in, like... We could win this game. I guess he could technically have drawn Force of Will with his Ancestral, which is really, really bad for us. There's nothing he can really Dredge return here. Oh, I guess he still has a Fate Stitcher. That's pretty bad. So we're really looking to dodge another Cabal Therapy. If he takes our Twister, we're in rough shape. It's a really good reason not to have cast Dig the time we did cast Dig. I think we definitely cast Dig too early. He didn't Dredge again. Are there no Dredgers in his yard? There are no Dredgers in his yard. He just pitched his 2 Dredgers. Well, that's really good for us. If we don't get Force of Will, I think we're in a pretty good space. Oh, let me mute the mic for a little bit. Sorry, guys. There's something outside.
Hello. Let me know if this is too loud. I just switched the mic from my stand-up mic because there is someone getting towed in my street. So I will turn this down if it's too much noise. Just let me know in chat. It's probably a little less quality than the mic, but what are we gonna do? Alright, let's see if this resolves. Alright, awesome. Thanks, Grip. I'll just use this for now. Yeah, there's some very loud shit going on outside. Let's see if we can get a PO off here. Oh wow. Alright. Let's see. Can't really play around too much. I would like to, let's see. Demonic Tutor is just lethal. Oh, the Demonic Tutor isn't lethal because I don't have triple black yet. So let me actually just cast this Preordain. See if we can't find a fetch land. Alright. We won't be casting Preordain. Trying to find another colored source of mana. Guess we're getting close on the amount of mana we have now. Gotta be careful that I don't use too much mana. Alright, there's another source of mana. So, black. Draw this. Play this. Keep this. Sonic Tutor. So, we get Mind Break trapped here, but I think that's fine now. Non-interactive coming in with exactly the right timing for that comment. I think we were supposed to lose that game, but I believe our opponent misclicked at something. I don't know exactly what our opponent misclicked doing, but it seemed like he did not dredge when he should have been dredging and instead drew cards, but he didn't have any dredgers for a little while. So I think what he did was he missequenced his ancestral. I think he was that's not true either though. I think I would have sequenced in a different order. Oh, I'm gonna switch back to my stand-up mic because the noise is gone.
Alright, we're back to normal situation, and we're playing game 3 versus Dredge. I don't know if any of the chat has played this Stormless before. Am I supposed to have Flusters in versus Dredge? How many Flusters should I have in versus Dredge? How many Force of Wills should I have in versus Dredge? Is it okay for me to cut all the POs and recalls? I don't really know, because I know you do a lot of comboing by recalling your Hercules recalling yourself. So I'm not sure if like I have to have them in my deck. I assume I don't have to have them in my deck. I am a PO deck, and I'm still gonna draw a million cards. Like I assume that we definitely don't really want trap or anything like that. But like a third fluster maybe is reasonable, or is this Hercules like fine? Not really sure. This is my first time playing this version as well. I would summon the P9 over Twitter, but he has played an entire day of Vintage, so I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to ruin his day anymore. All right, we're gonna try rolling with this. It doesn't. It seems fine. I don't think he's boarding in any hollowed ones, but I could be wrong. So we were given an opportunity to get to play this game, so let's do it. Yikes. This hand doesn't really do anything. Let's like act like this card's not here. Would I keep this 6-card hand? Probably. This hand is actually just one Moxen away from being good. We know he has a Bazaar and 7 cards. None of our cards get misstepped, which is nice. If he Cabals on turn 1 and takes Pio, we're pretty rough. I'm gonna try keeping this. We have a draw to start this game, so if we draw a Moxen, we get to Time Walk and then Pio. I think that's pretty reasonable. And when I call for a Moxen, it's guaranteed to be there. That's kind of how this works. So we pitched a Bridge and a Dredger. Not bad. I would like a Moxen that's not a Mox Opal. A true Moxen, please. That works. Kind of. What it does is it gets mental misstep is what it does. But oh, it didn't get mental misstep. Okay. We're just, do we play around Mindbreak Trap? That's the big question now. So if we activate our Mana Vault, make 4 mana. If we Hercules ourselves, we give 2 mana floating. We'd have 1 blue mana floating when we get to play Mana Vault and Opal. We'd have one blue left, in which case we could attempt to Pio. I'm like pretty scared of Trap now. We could pass the turn, wait till he activates, and then cast Paradoxical Outcome. We have like a kind of reasonable line where we make 4 mana, Hercules ourselves, replay Mana Vault, which gives us the same board position but with 1 extra blue. Activate Mana Vault, cast Time Walk, giving us 2 mana. No, that's not really the reasonable line. I don't really want to crack this Lotus Petal. I want to be able to heal for 3. It's basically, do I play around Mindbreak Trap? I don't think I have the luxury to play around Mindbreak Trap. I'm going to go with just POing here. Alright, it resolved, which is good for us, but we definitely didn't hit. We definitely didn't draw very well there. Okay, less than ideal. Milled, Fate Stitcher, Force of Will, Bloodghast. Is that too small? You guys want me to bring this up here? No, that doesn't actually really help, huh? It's the same size. So he pitched Stinkweeds, dredged. He dredged the Therapy, but no guys. He does have 1 Bloodghast. 2 Bloodghasts. Alright, so he's gonna get a Therapy and a bunch of guys. Actually, this is an Undiscovered Paradise, so he gets to Fate Stitcher as Bazaar. We might just be dead here. Unfortunate as that is. I can't see it now, though, so... So he gets to activate again. This time he has one Stinkweed. He hit a second Therapy and a Dredge return. So he can cast Therapy, 4 guys. Well, we're not going to die to Flamekin Zealot this turn, because I don't think he has enough guys. But we are going to probably whiff this first Cabal, and then his second one will take Yogg-Will. It leaves us in a spot where we can still rip and get out of this, I think. I don't think we're dead here, so... These have been, like, fairly interesting games of first Dredge, and that's not always the case. He named PO. We don't have PO. I assume his second one names Yawgmoth's Will, but it could just name Mana Vault. I think Mana Vault's a better name. Last time he took Yawg-Will. This time I think he should probably take Mana Vault. I guess we can just replay it. Not really, though. Oh, we drew a Lotus. And he has 2 Fate Stitchers? Alright, we're just dead now. Well, that's just the nuts, so. This is definitely... I don't believe the bridge triggers when he sacks an unearthed Fate Stitcher. Because it says, if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile it instead. This is definitely the version of Dredge I would play. It seems super explosive. And you have some permission. We're just dead here. So I let him do it. Let him have his fun. But he's gonna go through his entire deck. And then he's going to sack. He's gonna cast Cabal Therapy, get a bunch of Zombos. And then Dredge return and get more zombies and give them all haste and kill us. But it's kind of fun to see. I mean, we PO'd for 3 on turn 1. And we drew badly, so that happens. I could have gone for the Hercules line and got us another blue mana and a Time Walk. That could have been better. Casually editing to 01. All right, chat, start taking guesses. How much into the negative are we going here? I want to know. Someone do the math. How negative is our life total at the end of this turn? So he sacks 1, 2, 3, makes 8 more zombies. Zombie. I mean, you don't really have to do the math because it's just it's a negative number, so you're already dead. Let's see what do we got. What do we got? What do we got? Negative 22. We got double killed. All right, rough start, but I think I just forfeited game 1 by keeping an unkeepable hand. So, and then he threw it back to us for game 2, and then game 3 his hand was very, very strong, and our PO wasn't too good. I don't know. I still wonder if I'm supposed to have gone with that Hercules line and gotten an extra mana and maybe time walked. The problem with that line is it does leave us with a tapped mana vault on our time walk turn. But like we draw those three. Oh no, the problem was it sacks the Lotus Petal, right? I think that line sacked a Lotus Petal, which we didn't want. I mean, if the Moxen that we drew was not an Opal, I think that was fine. No, I still don't think I think we just didn't draw anything that mattered. We couldn't replay our vault, so we definitely couldn't keep POing. I'm kind of happy that we did PO, though.